6:30 what?
I got 6:35.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
And we did the roll call already. The only ones that are question marks, well, Sandy's not gonna be there, but
Sandy and Judy told me they can't.
Judy, no, okay,
Liz,
And
I
Liz was-
thought was gonna zoom in, but she isn't here so far, so.
okay, and she sometimes is late, so.
Screen up. I don't know if that's.
Yeah,
this
Steve,
is
that's-
Message
Oh,
there.
jeez.
Okay.
Hi, folks.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Okay, public, I know we have our consultants here. Any guests? Any?
Nope.
Oh, and no comments. Do you want to start with the marketing?
Yeah, let's start with them. We can
Okay.
do my report later.
Marie,
Hi, everybody.
welcome. Marnie, welcome. You're on.
So again, welcome my colleague Marnie to the table tonight. This community has been a passion for her for some. So it was a very, very natural fit. We wish Sarah the absolute best. She was an amazing colleague and we really enjoyed our time with her. And she was ready for something different. So speaking of something different, tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about where we've been and where we're going. Okay. So I brought a hard copies of this for everybody, because you know how much I love to kill a tree. It also gives you a place to sort of make notes if you wish to do so inside of it. Right, which passes around. Yes. Good, thanks. I made some extras, Jennifer. We should just send you out.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm going to begin by taking a look at this very familiar pyramid system. Remember, very, very first meeting that we were at together. Okay, so the base of the pyramid was the town marketing brand. Right? And getting people to, we got our place, we have our web address, it's done the URL, Saybrook, we have a team, we have our social media down, we got that foundation of all of those things really well on top. And then we moved into our digital footprint. We launched our website, Google AdWords, ability to relocate and locate people from their homes, all of those things have been in place for us. And then the next element up from that was messaging from the business to business and business to consumer. You see there's like only a small slice of that has a different color. You guys see that right there? Because all the work that we've been doing does have an impact in that space. You know, the ability to add their own directory of information to the website, the calendars, but we have not specifically done messaging to pursue the business economic development of coaching businesses, specifically through the work we've been doing here. From my phone so far. So connectivity is an aspect of our earned media. We've gotten our stories across, we've been picked up by CT Visit, but we have work to do in, let's say, the Hartford Business Journal. This for people read articles. Okay. We always measure and we always refine. It's always been a process. Okay. So, you know, just talking a little about where we've been to sort of ground ourselves, because we're going to, in many ways, repeat that journey to a specific audience. Right? We've done our photo shoots. We have an amazing collection of pictures and amazing collection of videos that we've been using consistently all our media ever since we took those images. We're able to have a little bit of an easier year so far because we have those things in the ground. 2026 for us to think about those. We had our paid social that went on. We had the use of our images. We did micro videos where we were. Right? You can keep looking along with me all the way to page 11, where we got into our logo and our branding. Starlight Festival has a brand and lower cost. Just talks a little bit about what we have been doing that. Just for example, you know, just this past year so far, we've had over 1 million impressions, close to 50,000. Our digital footprint is this is a great example. I said I'm looking for fall experience. I said, I'm looking for an alternative. Sharing is the content we have put out, right? And so that's really important because that is how a lot of consumers are looking for information. But we need to think about what the business community is going to be looking for. Okay? So where we're going to be going from here, where do we go from here? I'm going to share with you a couple of examples. Okay? So what you see on the screen is a couple of elements of what we found for the city of Groton and for the city of Norwich. I'm going to move into this one as an example. Enlarge here so everybody can see it.
With a specific goal of broadening and merge of making some excitement around business.
Messaging to the community, right? Yes. So this, I love this story. The story, as you can see, May 2020 was interrupted by the pandemic. But what happened for the city of Norwich is they identified target business models that they wanted to see more of. Restaurant for which they had to improve. So the first thing that we did is Norwich was the first city to join their Association of Restaurants, Connecticut Restaurant Association, CRA. They were the first city to join CRA as a municipality, which gave them access to the other restaurant association memberships. It also gave them the opportunity to go to things like the upcoming, they're called the Crazy Awards. Are you familiar with that? Connecticut Restaurant Association Awards called the Crazies. Right, and so it allowed them to go to that event, to have a booth up if they wanted to be there, to meet other restaurants. And what we coordinated, again, disrupted by the pandemic, was a site and bite tour, which allowed, we had a parking arrangement set aside for them, and it was a walking tour where they went through a series of tasting that local restaurant peers, and they also walked through available ideal.
Hello, Elizabeth. This is Maria. Can you hear me? Hold on just one second, guys. Hi, Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're back.
We're back? Okay.
Record.
Here we are.
We lost Dave though, because he was on when it went down and I bet Liz wasn't.
Hi,
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 Liz.
I
Liz.
was,
sorry, I was delayed.
No worries. I'm not sure what's going to happen here sound-wise. Maybe heard it there.
Okay.
We're located in the city of Brown Street, started to the second street. It can be
You need to yours.
So
Like if you mute.
I'm mute. It's a feedback from this one. So you get the idea, right? This testimonial story, he's talking about why it's a great opportunity. They go through a lot of water and a lot of energy to produce beer. For the private utilities is what they brought up. But you'll have different benefits to speak to here, the tourism population market, the cooperative community. That's what will happen. And we'll be storytelling about why to do business here. Right? Make sense? Okay. I think we should all stop this for a second so we don't get distracted. I think we should take a breath for a moment, and we need to be saying to ourselves, we can't sort of completely swing the pendulum over to this effort in this side, right? We don't want to sacrifice the great work we're doing, the high traffic that's been coming to our events, the numbers that we're seeing for our branding. There's going to have to be a balance, maybe a little bit less on this because we have a lot of things in hand, and putting a little bit over here if we start to move in that direction. Then what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I talked with Maria about this. I don't feel that we can abandon our other effort because, I mean, part of what we've been telling the businesses is that we're paying to promote this site, and that's part of the benefit to you of using it and being part of it. And but at the same time, to get to the next level of that downtown business and marketing and strengthening, like, we have to pivot a little bit. So I think we're just gonna, figure out how best to make those budget dollars work, or, what we need to do that, so.
Are you getting any pressure from Carl or anybody with respect to do more on trying to attract businesses to our town?
No, but, I mean, it was mentioned, by one of the selectmen, last year in, I don't know, which one, maybe one of the budget workshops, like, oh, are you going to, get to that point where you're doing the business promotion, where it's
Right.
not just tourists, or, I mean, which I don't think what we're doing is just tourists, but, it isn't specifically focused in the way Maria's talking about here.
It is consumer focused
Yeah,
and businesses benefit from that.
right,
But we haven't, like the restaurant environment I mentioned, that's a very specific approach to a profile that we want to gain. Right, and so I think we need to look first at what percentage of budget we want to dedicate to this, and what profiles are most likely of interest to you. And then how do we best reach them, which is the reason for the last graphic I shared here. This is the current LinkedIn page for the town itself on LinkedIn. It has about 46 followers and has done no post activities yet. But it's been there for a bit, so it has sort of seniority when it comes to a brand new page. It gives us an opportunity to look at post language out on LinkedIn. And as well as those of you who spend any time on LinkedIn, you can target profiles. So let's say we want to speak to commercial realtors. You can do a post through there talking about opportunities here in Saybrook, and that can be marketed as a content out to that particular profile. And it can be done based on geographic location. We want to pursue those out of New Haven. We can go on Norwalk or where you can choose geographically. So we move from strictly the consumer space of Facebook and Instagram into something like that as well.
I mean, one thing that I have been thinking about, though, that maybe we should talk about is, I mean, Norwich specifically wanted to attract restaurants. That's why they did this, that you're saying. I mean, I don't think that we've had any hard discussions about, are there particular areas that we want to attract here in town? And I do like the idea of showcasing business owners who are already in town, because no matter what, that makes the business community feel appreciated and valued. And I think it's a nice way to pay back and recognize, just like our awards do, people who are really contributing to the community. So I think we're gonna need to sort of take a look at which businesses we think we would want to profile. Are there specific areas where we would like to attract? Maybe we need to look at what's available commercially in the first place, because you don't want to be like recruiting all these people and then, well, there's no place for them to go.
So if it's like manufacturing spaces, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do think we have a little bit of homework to do to get moving on this particular piece. And I think we need to do it in the next few months, so.
Wasn't that one of the things on like the Main Street recommendations, was to have that like list of like types of businesses
Yes.
we wanted? And I mean, with the Mariners Way, that study had a list of like, here's types of business that might work in that area. They want it like maybe combine it, that could be a good region of town, and we have some ideas of things, or.
But isn't Mariner's Way kind of tied up?
Yeah, but now's the time to start. We can put a little bit of money towards marketing that, here's an opportunity, it's gonna come available. Maybe that's not the right place to do it right now, but yeah. But I think like target, what types of do we want? More restaurants? Do we want more, financial advisors? Do we want more,
Aesthetic medical, right?
Mhm.
You could talk to some commercial lenders. Many of them would tell you who they prefer to do loans with.
Right.
Right, and that's, and that is part of the mix of what you have in your conversations, that here's a list of financial institutions, I can help you get off the ground. And over and over again, I know because I help market them, They love private medical practices and any light manufacturing, professional services, accountants, lawyers, right? They'll tell you what's the most viable businesses.
What is?
We just need to think about where we want them, because we don't want them in the Main Street business district.
What is going on on River Road? I think there was something, they're looking to change the zoning,
Trying to change
to
the
zoning from residential to some kind of manufacturing.
commercial, well, or try industrial.
Yeah.
It's controversial there.
Yeah.
The assessor has assessed it as industrial, but zoning has it as residential.
Residential, right.
And we're trying to figure out how or why you would change that.
Right.
So there's a question as to why, if we would change them. But, you know, along those lines, Mariner's Way has to find out what it wants to be. I think, this is just my opinion, what came out of that study isn't what Mariner's Way should be. We need what Mariner's Way is today. We need a place for these businesses that aren't gonna be polished and finesse. They're gonna be a little, they're more industrial.
Yeah.
And we need that. We can't lose sight of that.
Right, you know, there's a mix.
We have plenty of retail and shopping along Route 1 and Main Street. That's just my opinion.
So there's, you know, while you're doing that work, there's things that you could be doing in the interim,
Mhm.
right? You know, that you could identify businesses that you want to profile and celebrate. And that could be for a variety of reasons. Among them could be that you want like-kind businesses to see that. And very likely you were going to want food service or restaurant at some point, but it's pretty much a universal name. Right? Yeah.
But when you think of
Mhm.
who we celebrated just this past May,
June.
June, now I can't even think of the name of the company. Been here, it's 100 years old,
Andre Pro.
Dan Prost. I mean, that's a good a business to celebrate. You know, the flower guy, that's a good business to celebrate, along with some of our other retail and restaurant.
So that can be done. And you can consider, you know, we definitely could get some neutral posts beginning on LinkedIn so the page starts to look a little bit more active. We can resolve it. We're doing with the town brand itself. All those things can be done and ready for it. You may want to consider, maybe you already do. Do you do anything about for small business week here in town?
Not other than like maybe promote it like on social media with the posts that come out from SBA.
Right, so, but that, you know, that may be when you want to officially launch and all that work done and you really officially launch that, you know, say small business, say, right? And that can be great with it at that time. You know, leverage that whole aspect of it, maybe do some partnership chamber or something that is all about celebrating. I'd be surprised if the chamber.
No,
I think it's in May,
It's
isn't it?
in May. It's usually the first or second week
Oh,
of
good,
May.
that's good.
I was actually gonna look on.
We're like one of the days after Thanksgiving, it's like small business, like.
Well, so this is-
Saturdays.
That's a shopping. Yeah.
Saturdays, but May gives
Okay.
you, you know, that gives you, you know, time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We could even, we can work on the
Yeah.
testimonial of a small business as well.
Right.
You know, you could pick a small business and be ready for that.
And that'd be what you feature.
What might be cool, I don't know if we could do it in time, but if we did a bunch of the videos profiling the different businesses, and then remember how we had at the Cape, the screening?
Oh, yeah.
And we
Yeah.
invited the whole business community to come like we did before and have a little refreshments, and they can see all the screenings of the new videos or something like that.
So, you know, Groton had a local business appreciation breakfast, which I put it through there. You could have that be a small business appreciation event at Cape. I think it's a brilliant idea, right? And, you know, small business people don't actually often get a lot of like, right? No, all small business people on the stage, right? Right? Yeah, a lot of crap. So that would be kind of fun, you know, to be able to come out that night. And I assure you, I'm not sure how you feel about it, but I assure you, you probably could get a bank relationship to want to be a part of this. That can cover some of your costs.
I know the bank that I think would do.
I know,
Yes.
so I mean, you know, if a bank brand was like at the opening before the video happened, you know, this, you know, sales saver, say small business, you know, brought to you by X, they could probably help cover the costs of the videos. There's absolute desire for institutions to fund to the market that they want to get as well.
Yeah, right.
So that way you save your pennies, shekels, for
Mhm.
the actual advertising, which they won't cover. So to give you a sense of it, you gotta keep one foot on
Yeah.
the boat, what we've already been doing. One foot on the dock, let's try to get some of the small business messaging started. And we have all a strong foundation for being able to do that. But I think we're ready for that next step for 2026. How did you, John?
Mhm.
Hi. Questions?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
You wanna,
And we have the inventory of what is available. It keeps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your report said
Yeah,
there
you
were
said,
3 or
yeah.
so.
Well, sometimes
Yeah.
I just put in there, because we focus a lot on Main Street, I usually
Yeah.
put that, but I mean, there's other things in town.
yes,
On average, how long does a Main Street shop stay available before it's rented again?
I think it depends on the shop. Like some of
big it
them.
There's so many, yeah, different sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, some seem to turn over really quick and some stay empty
Yeah.
for.
Certain locations on Main Street are.
right? Want to take a minute, go through the analytics here for you? That's on here.
Yeah, sure.
So this is a comparison, so where, this is the quarter report from July through September. This happened right after the peak of the Saturday. So you see all these down numbers?
Okay.
That's what it is. It's a different tone, different message.
Yeah.
Because we all know that we cut it back a little bit. But let's go down to down here to Facebook ad section in the lower left corner. Yes. So, you know, I look at number of, you know, your fall series, your Facebook ad series had almost 2,800 clicks on the ad. Their video had almost 560, and the Instagram had 219. And you might say to yourself, wow, if Instagram numbers are significantly down. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is no clickable link on Instagram. That means that people cared enough to go up to the link profile, want to actually learn more about them. So it's 219 on Instagram. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, they had to go out of their way to do that. Your impression values are great. Your average cost per click numbers are really good. You paid a lot for those 219 clicks on Instagram. You paid over $2 for those. But you have a really high click-through rate for the ratio of your audience, so that's appropriate. I also find Instagram users for that series are often good converters to actually buy it.
Can you define for me again impression? I get the clicks, but what's an impression?
So the impression is the total population who has seen, you know, not by individuals. So, you know, it could be 3 or 4 times the same person saw it. There's 191 sets of eyes for the ad.
Okay.
And that's actually not a bad. To be able to do.
An impression is just the number of times the ad was shown, not the number of people,
Right.
unique, not the number of unique people, yeah.
Right,
Okay.
the number of impressions are the total, the number of individuals, that data is not here anymore. All right, other questions? Here, again, your spending's down about 60. Quarter to the next, which is appropriate.
Do you think the numbers we're getting are good numbers for the amount we're spending?
So in some cases, yes, in some cases, no. So like I point out that, a $2.22 click for Instagram, if you look at that, so let's look at it side by side. We have summer, the summer video had we spent $487 compared to $486. The impressions are 219 versus 191. But the cost per click on the Facebook side is 86 cents compared to 222. What you don't have as a client that other clients have for a measurement, so I can follow that through to, you know, email enrollment
Okay.
or a purchase, et cetera. So at this point, for your environment, it's really about total top of mind awareness. And things like the chat GPT will tell you whether we're getting it. Yeah.
And it might be tempting too, to like not do Instagram because it isn't as
No, is that
good, but that is reaching a demographic for us that Facebook is not
It is,
reaching.
right.
Yeah.
It is, and it's also usually a higher spending population. You know, eventually, I think we might, you know, be able to look at something with some specific click-throughs to areas of our site that actually show us the levels of conversion. I think we could possibly do that. But overall, you know, Sarah ran a pretty tight ship and we'll continue to do so. Your dollars, $1,300 are probably not spent in this space. You have anything else for your marketing guests? Otherwise, we will get out of your way. No?
They're gonna help us, I asked them to put a few dollars towards, the Main Street Business Events Association's Pumpkin Festival next weekend, because I think that it's worth us putting a few of our dollars behind that event.
Yeah.
They've worked hard on it. It sounds really fun. I think it's gonna bring people to town at a time of year when we have less visitors, so, I wanna give them that little boost, so.
I saw that traffic go through today on that, so. Yeah, that's fine.
That was me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Marnie
Okay.
saying, Jennifer, where's my
Yes,
video?
you should be doing it.
Behind.
And she goes, okay, yes, do that. I'm like, okay, I'll just do it right now.
Do they know that you spent that money on them, for them?
I told them I was gonna put a little money behind it.
Good.
They're appreciative of any help they get. They
Great.
really have been, so. And I would have paid for a piano player to play on that day for them, but they have other music, so, you know, I'm happy to help with the marketing. We're debuting our new piano on next Friday night.
Very
5 to
excited.
6, so.
Thank you for putting that all together, Jennifer. It was really great of you to do that. It'll be fun to hear them.
Well, Susan and Erica took us into the home stretch this past 2 weeks. They put 3 UV coats on it, so.
I just clarify, it was largely Erica. I was her assistant.
You held the paint can, right?
Right.
That's right. You need an assistant.
Important.
Sometimes you just need that assistant.
it just had to get done at some point. We were like, okay, this is crazy. Yeah.
Always a joy. You do great work through here and work you do this matter of other teams.
Oh, good.
You should be really, really proud.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Nice to hear. Yeah, that was-
Nice to
Thank
meet you.
thank you, Maria.
Yeah.
Marnie, welcome aboard.
Yes.
We're looking forward to working with you.
Yes. Yes. I'm in town.
Yes.
I know, I'm around.
2 minutes.
I'll be home in 2
Okay.
minutes. Yes.
Well, think about 4. We have a new police chief.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
So we'll go to Jennifer for the staff report, and I think we've covered several things already.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll be short.
Yeah.
Well, now you'll be able to see it.
I actually tainted it.
All right, so we'll go through my report quick. So just trying to keep you up to speed on Mariners Way. That group did go on a field trip to give them a better feel of the area. You know, sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words, so they're moving along.
I tell you, it's quite an improvement, but getting rid of custom marine.
Yeah.
It sure looks nice, even though it's just a working construction
Out
yard.
of
It's,
steel and auto wood.
Yeah.
Much better, yes.
but they have it organized pretty well. Yeah.
Have you been down to Ferry Road and seen like how,
Vacant it looks.
yeah, like it's just a staging area down
Yeah.
at the end now.
So when you say Mariners Way, we're talking from Mill River, like right when you take that right-hand turn.
Yeah.
Like all the way down to,
We're talking about maybe to like Gladeville.
It doesn't, yeah,
Lakeview, I mean.
okay, so it's not
it doesn't
past,
go all the way to the river.
it doesn't go, okay,
No.
so we're talking to Gladeville, like right where you would get on to 95.
Yeah.
Okay,
But that could be a gateway area to
Yeah.
Ferry Road eventually.
Correct.
yeah.
Except to the other eyes.
So one thing I'm wondering about is that, we went across the bridge today and there were 6 cranes doing work there. And, I'm just wondering if there's any way to engage like the public schools or the community to have people come and kind of get a feeling for what's going on, because, you know, when you go over the bridge, you don't really get that sense very well. And it's a really exciting project, really, when you think about it. Is that something we could, envision or consider?
Well, we do send out updates through the town e-blast when things are occurring that we feel like people should know about. And I happen to know that there's a contingent of people who literally just go down there and watch what's going on.
Oh, cool.
And actually, my neighbor sent my husband a video today of one of the cranes whacking into the bridge. So I don't even want to know about that.
The new bridge.
The big bridge,
Oh.
Great.
the car bridge.
Oh, wow. Oh.
That would not be good.
Just what we need.
So anyway,
What was he doing up there?
Yeah. A ways away.
Yeah.
anyway, so
I think they were that close to
Or not.
it.
I'm pretty sure it was that bridge from the video. I saw it like right before I came here and I was like, I don't want to see this. That's,
All right. So much for that.
that is not for me. Anyway, so let's see. The grant for the zoning downtown is all set. They actually ended up getting $97,000 instead of the original 76,000. So, you know, I look forward to seeing those results. And I've actually also been talking with Chris Costa about the word I want. Sort of like a strategic plan for Main Street. And that I think would not just encompass zoning and things like that, but it would also encompass things like we've been talking about here about what is the mix of business we have down there? What do we think would best like increase the vibrancy down there? Are there places on Main Street that could be activated as more of a gathering place for people? I just went to a placemaking seminar yesterday, so I'm like, oh, to that now. But anyway, just so that we are really keeping our eye on the focus of this is the heart of the community. This is the feel that we want to have there. These are the ways that we're going to continue to have that feel that we're looking for. So anyway, probably you guys would be part of that, your other committee, your other life.
Other life?
Yes. But anyway, so just so you know, we have started those discussions too, because I think it fits in with all the little pieces that we're talking about.
And next Wednesday is when the presentation on this grant, right?
Yes.
That's why we're all.
That is correct.
Yeah,
That's part of it, yes.
Yeah, that's part, yeah, it's one of the
actually,
2 topics.
yeah, that reminds me. So next Wednesday at 6, for any of you who are interested, the land use boards and committees will be meeting here in the first floor conference room.
So the 15th?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So the consultant is doing the presentation? I mean,
Uh,
whoever is being
I haven't seen
awarded.
the agenda yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen the agenda either. I just know that we are gonna talk about it's DOH, Department of Housing,
Yeah.
grant that we got to look at how do we get more housing in Main Street, that area. We're gonna talk about the survey that we've done and what we've done as far as the housing task force. And then each board will talk about what they've been working.
That's six, what time?
That's 6 starts at 6. Starts at 6.
15.
So as soon as I get that agenda and stuff, of course, I'll send it out to you guys, but just to give you a heads up, if you're interested in coming to that.
Where's
Um,
the presentation going to be?
First floor conference room.
Conference room. Here at Town Hall.
Great.
I'm assuming it'll be on Zoom too.
Yeah, it'll be Zoom as well.
As I mentioned, next Friday, the piano will debut. I know some of you had a conflict with that, but for anyone who's able to come and spend an hour, we will be thanking all the people who have helped make it happen.
And it's a different piano, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's all right.
We ended up getting one that was already painted
Oh, that made it easy.
and had a bench, and since we were short on time,
No.
I still have the other piano, but,
Backup piano.
this one was
It was
a
a
quicker
backup.
turnaround.
I have another house with another piano in it.
Just bring it on through the night. We'll just.
Calling me all the time.
Oh, yeah. People, if they sell houses with a piano in it, they generally leave the piano. Yeah, but
It's more expensive than move, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really expensive to.
There's
move
no
the piano.
value. Yeah. I don't mean to take us off on a tangent, but I was listening to stats, and I think like 10 years ago, they used to sell like 20,000 pianos a year. They're down to only like 3,000. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, way back when, everyone had a piano. That's how you had your entertainment.
My mother would say the most expensive piece of furniture in the house.
Sorry.
Let's see. Starlight, America 250, nothing really new there.
And who is Maria working with on the redo of our city logo? Town logo?
So, me and, I have someone from the Historical Society and someone from the Kate. Actually, I would like someone from this committee to be on that, group, so if anyone has a particular interest, let me know.
Oh, yeah, I'm realizing.
And then,
They'll
there'll be a couple other people. I have to finish that. And then there'll be 2 focus groups. So I think those will be a little bit bigger and they won't have as much of a commitment as the smaller committee, which will get the stuff ready and then we'll put it out to the focus groups.
Years ago, I was on a committee with the state tourism to work on the theme for Connecticut's new tourism advertising. And I hate to really commit to it, but what we ended up coming up with was classic Connecticut.
Yeah.
Do you remember that
I do.
theme? Yeah. It was not, in my opinion, the greatest. It was a little, it enhanced the little stuffiness of Connecticut. Yeah, but I don't claim a lot of it, but, so I do have a little experience on it, but I'm not sure if it was that good or not.
I mean, you're certainly welcome to be part of it, obviously. You have experience, you're part of this committee. Or even to just give your feedback at one of the focus groups if you want. I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a tagline. I mean, I envision that basically we are going to update this in a way that's recognizable and in a way that gives some idea of our community.
Imagine we'll be seeing a lighthouse.
Well,
I think
I should have sent you guys, I did a PowerPoint for Maria and her team. And I included like all the signage around town. I included all the logos everyone is using around town. And some of the things we already have, because to a certain extent, you know, we're going to have to try and corral all of this, but, you know, blue and gold are probably gonna have to be included in whatever we have. A lighthouse probably has to be, because when you see, if you saw this presentation that I made, you would be like,
wow.
holy mackerel. And plus, we've invested in all that really nice uniform signage all over town. So to a certain extent, they have to work with sort of the direction we've gone in. But I think even knowing that we can come up with something better than
Yeah,
this.
well, look at Groton, was stuck
Yeah.
with that obelisk. Yeah. Right, so lighthouse isn't so bad.
Yeah, so I don't know what will come out of it, but
Maybe just something that has old Saybrook.
I'm trying to.
we really need to have the word
Yeah.
Old Saybrook somewhere.
Yeah.
Is that Fort Griswold? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like it came from medieval days.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
They found it down in the port, you know.
Yeah,
it was probably the shield of what.
I did give them the
Saybrook,
history of this.
Lord, well, there were two,
Colony or something.
no, there were two lords, right? Say and Brooke,
Yeah, that's
right? So maybe it's a combination of
One
that.
was a lord, one was a viscount.
Oh,
It is.
but maybe it was
Maybe it was a shield.
a shield, you know, a combination of those shields of the founders or
I
something.
think we can move on.
Yeah.
Because
Someone's bad needlepoint. Go ahead.
Anyway,
So the committee will figure it out.
and actually, so the money that we're paying is to make this new brand. And then,
Is that coming out of our budget or is that separate?
nope, that's a separate budget.
Okay. You took the question,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I asked for that in the capital projects from the Board of Finance last time around. So this time around, I'm gonna ask for the money to then promote it.
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And then,
There's gonna be like a whole like brand guide, like
But it
this
should
with
be-
all the.
yes,
It should be
font.
separate of economic development. 'Cause it's not
Yeah.
really part of us.
no, we are not paying for
It
it.
should work with like the say old Saybrook.
Yeah.
That brand, yeah.
Absolutely, but
Should be generally promoted. Once we
Right.
get it out there, it should,
Yeah.
you know,
One
in a short
obviously-
period of time, take over from the visibility of this all over every place, you know?
Well, and we're gonna, I think the town should invest in like having Maria come in or somebody from her team and train the staff. Because, you know, people are used to doing their own thing. They're not used to following a brand standards guide and
Right.
being aware of that. And,
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody is. It's not
it's a big
something,
change.
yeah. And a lot of the town departments have a logo of their own, so, you know, I asked her, how can we incorporate that so that nobody feels like, you know, we're stepping on their toes, but yet we still understand when we put out some kind of communication that this is coming from the town,
Yeah.
not just from a department.
That's usually part of like these branding, like the company I work for, we have a brand guide, like sometimes you can say the name of your department, sometimes you can say that, sometimes you can only say the name of the company. It
Right.
depends. Is this internal use or is this external use?
Right,
So that's all usually what's in those brand guides.
yeah,
Here's the logo you have to use and here's when you can use these alternate logos.
yeah.
So
think-
Jennifer, that's a great idea, and it would really build on what Miranda has really done for us. I mean, to take advantage of all the work they've done and to share that around and to come up with a new, idea. Because otherwise, people just like throw out their own ideas and are not necessarily basing them on, much of anything, but just kind of what they like, right?
Yeah,
So that would be terrific to take advantage of what they've done and to build on that.
I think the other thing is that we can now really say that we have enough time under our belt. I mean, just what Maria told us today about how when you look for certain messages that we've been trying to get out, we come up to the top.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, we want to have that success go across all of our areas of business. And
Right.
if we're missing out on opportunity, if we don't come together and start having a more cohesive way of
Mhm.
presenting ourselves. So anyway,
If I learned to dance, you see, we're the best place to open my new restaurant. That's really good.
let's see. Uh, Oh, we're gonna have some new landscaping starting next week. This is very exciting.
Hmm.
Again, I don't know how I got on the landscape committee, but somehow whoever their mouth ends up on the committee.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna start with, the park across the street and, the chamber park, and then we're gonna do the, town hall in the spring.
Yeah.
And I think it's
This
gonna
is
look really
like it.
nice.
Yeah, good.
And we're gonna have regular maintenance. Um,
Yay.
so, before we were being more reactionary, once the horse was out of the barn and the crabgrass was attacking every area,
Yeah.
we won't be doing that reaction.
And along those lines, that needs to play into the work we do,
Yeah,
because we've done so much work. If we stop doing it, it's all gone.
yeah,
And I get what she's saying. We have to slowly now. We're not gonna pivot. We just need to add a business part to it.
yeah.
We can't lose what we've done.
Right.
So that also will lead into, I think, probably our discussion next month, because we're gonna have to start working on our budget. And this was the year we said we were also going to then add more in for our marketing piece to start bringing us up to the level we need to be once we've lost our extra funding. So, we'll do that probably next month, I think.
Just have to add another mill.
I was trying to get the Main Street Business Association to do an accelerator program through Connecticut Main Street Center. They don't have the bandwidth for it, so that's not gonna happen this year. But the Garden Club and I are working on like a little mini grant through Connecticut Main Street, so
Great.
hopefully we'll get that, and that will go along with our landscaping. And we'll address the trees that you guys have talked about in the past.
The
No,
Halloween
the
tree?
ones along Main Street that are all, some are
Oh.
taken care of, some aren't. Yeah.
Making it all look kind of the same and similar will also help with some of that placemaking.
Yes.
All of Main Street will look like
Oh,
one,
yeah.
one place.
Grades and guards,
Different-
grades and
Yeah.
guards.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, and then the last part is just, I just keep leaving it here
Mhm.
as a placeholder. And some of it Maria talked about tonight,
Yeah.
that big piece.
Mhm.
And I think we need to get that going before we start thinking about whether or not we want to have, this other thing, because I can only do so many things at one time. But anyway, just so it doesn't fall off our radar screen. I don't know if anyone.
We know when construction is gonna actually happen on the crosswalk.
Yeah, I think any day now.
Oh, really?
I mean, I thought they were gonna start like a month ago, but I think any day now.
Good.
Yeah.
That Coulter Street across the Bongo Rons. that
Oh, yeah,
is-
yeah.
is the
That's
greatest.
tough.
Outside, oh, outside.
Literally, today, when I was coming to this meeting, I was waiting to turn onto Sheffield. And a lady had her dog. They were in the crosswalk, almost to the center median. A person pulled out of Sheffield and came around the corner and literally almost hit her. Like, he pulled out of Sheffield while she was in the crosswalk with her dog, almost
Wow.
ran over them in front of me. And I was like,
It's
Yeah.
amazing what people do.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is crazy down there.
Mhm.
You know, what's crazy is coming out of Sheffield or coming out of Coulter,
Mhm.
you know, because people walk across and of course you stopped waiting for them. You know, and then when they get across, you're ready to go. Well, they're crossing over Main Street now.
Yes.
You don't even
Right.
realize it till they, come over there,
Yeah.
That's a long,
It's-
that's a long walk across the road there.
yeah.
You know?
It's to see people on the side though, that want to cross because of all the cars that
Yeah.
are
Right.
parked
Yeah.
along there.
Yeah,
That's why.
That's being addressed with the bump outs and so forth and these. Yeah.
So now they'll be standing a lot closer
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
street, and that I think some of the parking spot, at least one or two spaces.
Come out.
So it'll be more obvious
More
there's something
visible.
happening.
Aren't we supposed to have the caution signs?
I think there's going to be a beacon in the center. I don't know if there's beacons on the side. I know there's one in the center. And then
If you press a button on the side, it flashes,
the beacons. and-
then you'll see.
Yeah, so hopefully the trifecta of having
Mhm.
the raised things closer in.
More
And then all the visual cues, like the bricked in walk and the flashing thing.
I mean, you do feel bad for it, yeah, it's scary.
That's it.
That it?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. All right, moving down to regular business. I accept the motion to approve the minutes of the September 10th meeting. Anybody?
So-
Susan? Susan, second.
I'll second.
Erica?
And it's 11.
11. Oh, 11. It says 10 in the book. And-
Sorry.
We need a motion to amend the agenda.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think everybody's reviewed them by now, so, all in favor of approving the minutes from the meeting of the 11th, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Abstain,
Abstain.
Nick
Stay.
and Liz. Okay, very good. Motion, to approve the minutes have been passed. Anything else on correspondence or announcements,
No,
Susan? Susan. Let me explain. Usually when I have to call Jennifer, I got a new phone and in my contacts, they move all of my contacts around by different words in how I list them.
Yeah.
So, and for some reason, Jennifer is listed as, I think, office or something else, but it's not where it was before. But when I look after I've called her, I look and she comes up as Susan. And that was, it's the same number, it's the office number, but why it comes up Susan, she was probably in my contacts before, but
We better not.
Okay.
yeah.
My money keeps coming.
So anyway, Jennifer, nothing on correspondence or announcements?
no,
No, okay. New business? Nothing? Anybody? Any suggestions? Otherwise, we'll move to old business, and I think we've talked enough about the piano.
I was gonna ask you, what time, do you need people? Okay, it's
Yeah,
5 to
earlier.
6, what time do you need people there?
so, Lisa is gonna come a little early and help me set up. But so you come a few minutes early if you want, or.
So Friday night.
Now,
We know how the
No.
piano's getting there.
Yeah, Billy Clappy is supposed to bring it for me, though he hasn't replied to my messages yet, but I trust him. He always comes through for me, so, and, Dave stopped down to see, between Erica, me and Dave, we have all been down to Fred Astaire numerous times, and apparently, according to Dave, they are excited and they know it's happening. So I'm glad to hear that because I haven't actually heard those words from them. And so it's all gonna be good.
Great.
That's all I
It is,
have
yeah.
to say.
are we bringing the refreshments?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have fancy cookies.
Hmm.
I was telling Erica, pursue a pastry, I splurged a little.
Oh, good.
And I'm gonna have the little speech bubble that says say, and I'm gonna have little lighthouses. And I'm gonna have little musical notes in one of our old Saybrook colors. And I was gonna put them in little bags and put the little hole punch hole and have the card,
Mhm.
our little, with the QR code attached to them. So they'll be more like little favors instead of,
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
maybe just like a little cider and water. or something.
yeah, that's fine.
Does
So-
that sound all right? Like,
Yeah.
okay.
That sounds
So-
great.
Great, great.
just let us know if what you need, like to punch the holes, like
Yeah,
when you're picking up those cookies.
okay, yeah, I'm
To do
waiting
that.
to hear back from them when they'll be ready,
Okay.
so, but yeah. I would
Great.
To put them in.
Bring your friends.
Um, so anyway, I thought it would be nice to like promote our brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I put out a Facebook post and Instagram post today and I'll
Yes,
do some more, do some more promotion tomorrow.
I shared, I like to share.
I'll put a note in our neighbors.
Um, yeah.
Right.
So Lisa has also gotten, a piano player who plays regularly at the Grizz. So I think that'll be.
That's a good place, yeah.
So that's awesome. Yep, and she's arranged with a piano tuner, so the piano tuner is gonna come on Thursday. And so, so we're doing.
Super.
pretty good.
Great. All right. Anything on the website?
I don't remember, did I tell you guys last time that, the experiences section is up? I'm losing track.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and so, we still have some other pieces to do, but that was a big piece and it was promoted at the, Big E, so. I want to try and find out if they have any feedback on.
Oh, from
any
your
of
cards,
those,
the card
Oh,
thing?
the fly-
Black cards,
flyers.
Like, cause I think they can track that QR code and see who used that
Hmm.
to access the site, so I need to, ask them to update me.
Just like to know how many of those cards were picked up and taken off.
Yeah, I don't even remember how many we had there. I had ordered them for last year. We couldn't use them because we didn't get the site up in time. So I had them hold them till this year.
Nothing to report on advisory groups except what we've talked about already, how our marketing committee worked hard, worked hard. And designing the pianos, finishing. All right. Have no comments for me other than, the meeting. Good to see everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's always good to see Maria. She's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
bright,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And her idea about getting a bank, a local bank, possibly involved to sponsor. You always
And
learn
to pick up
something new
something,
when
yeah.
you
That's
talk with her. How does the chamber like working with them? Have you heard anything?
I don't think the chamber is working with them.
Oh, I
specifically
thought
right
they
now.
did some business with them.
They did,
Oh, wanted-
their rebrand, remember that really
Oh.
cute little new logo? And
Yes.
when they had their name changed, they did all that for them.
I see.
Yeah,
It's not like an ongoing.
no, it was sort of like a project basis.
Mhm.
But they worked for Ascend Bank in town.
What's the bank? Can you say that you were thinking we might want to?
That's the new name for Essex, right?
Guilford.
Or Guilford,
That's bad.
yes.
That's the one I saw.
Essex just got rid of savings.
Oh,
Which is Essex Bank.
okay, yeah.
I think I'll ask Ascend, I'll give them the rate of first refusal.
Ascend?
It used to be Guilford Savings Bank.
Got it.
Do they get bought out or do they just change their name?
They just changed they bought somebody and changed the name,
Yeah,
which I don't get the name at all.
Yeah.
It's just what banks do. They just,
Yeah.
sit by and tell each other and change their name.
And
We
there was-
didn't have, people didn't go after them like Cracker Barrels.
When I was in Naugatuck Savings changed their name to Ion Bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I thought, I mean, they were Naugatuck Bank from the, over 100 years and, they had several buildings and downtown,
Yeah.
and they were just, I mean, the number one bank, and, but now I see in the advertising that Ion is gonna, they're tying in the name of that bank to services and so forth. And, I'm thinking, yeah, it was probably time because Naugatuck, even though Naugatuck is a region, and they were covering the region pretty well, it's still a limited geographic area,
Mhm.
and see more statewide now.
And before we go, just on that art hallway about, we have a couple interested people. But because we're also trying to do the America 250. Could the Historic Society also help out on that with doing something down there, or are they already jammed up on everything? The schools haven't
Like an
really,
exhibit almost,
yeah,
that'd be cool.
I,
Have
yeah,
some,
I
like, even
think
neat
so.
artifacts from,
Yeah, I mean, cause I'll keep with the schools, but that's,
yeah.
I could ask them what kind of art they have in their archives. I don't know. I know they're doing, they're publishing a book and they're also doing a speaker event at the Kate.
like, Old Saybrook, the history of Old Saybrook, but,
Yeah.
like through the, like, to put up there.
Just
Or
like
the,
interesting old like maps and like,
Yeah,
like I might even like the safe in the
Very
clerk's
cool.
office probably has interesting stuff
Yes,
200 years
everything.
ago. Dig out.
What about the person who met at the fair?
she has good stuff, but when they're looking for all American stuff, and she had a lot of landscaping, so I could see her going another time.
Yeah.
But they specifically want America 250.
Sure.
Oh,
No, I
makes
was
sense.
thinking, did you meet that person for the next time when this woman is
Um,
on Carol?
Well, when I talked to them, I just said, we'll send you the information. And I talked to Jennifer, and then she usually sends out, and then they can look at it and see what months that they want, because it is a long time. It's a 4-month commitment. But actually, that's probably nice, because then their stuff is up
Yeah.
more. And she's she likes to do solo shows. That's why I liked her. So, and then someone else got in touch with Jennifer too about it. So, yeah, I mean, so there's interest, you just have to keep putting out there, and then if they don't get, the next 4 months, they can book it out a little
Yeah.
further too. So,
That's great.
anyways, I like this, Eileen,
Hmm.
so. Did you send this stuff out to Eileen yet?
No,
And
I
that other
don't,
one?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
that's
sorry.
what I told her I would see you.
So if there's no other comments, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Susan,
I'll second that one.
second, Erica, all in favor?
Uh,
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
again.
Bye, Liz.